I sacrificed everything.
What's up my fellow gamers, Kim here with another HeroSapien fitness video. Now, is it possible for you to get a ripped physique? Ripped like Illidan. No matter where you are right now or wherever you're starting from. You know what I'm talking about, the godlike aesthetics that we see very much epitomized in every superhero drawing or cartoon or even video game. From Batman to Wolverine. And especially so for our boy Illidan, whose personal sacrifice, more so than his ripped physique, will be very much relevant to this video. Now let's not beat around the bush. Every one of us guys out there has at one point or other envied them and wish we could look like them. I'm not necessarily talking about the issues of self-confidence here or that we should be loving our own bodies as they are, but I'm simply referring to the fact that if we could achieve such an image by, say, the simple click of a mouse, like how we create our main characters in any RPG game, I dare say most of us would definitely do it. We're all superficial creatures, right? There's no going about it. But why do only the minority of men go about pursuing such a goal if the benefits are enormous? Well, the two obvious reasons are that obtaining such a body is probably going to entail one, an incredible amount of time and effort, and two, cause you to be an absolute miserable wretch, eating nothing but chicken and broccoli every day. These two alone are immense amounts of sacrifice. We're all busy, we all love our food. Do we really need to sacrifice that much? Taking away not only our precious time, but also our diet. We might as well be sacrificing our entire lives just to achieve this ideal. Very much like Illidan did, right? Sacrificing his whole existence for a singular cause. And here's where the first secret comes in. You don't actually need to sacrifice an endless number of hours working out. The assumption we make when we view such individuals is that they spend hours upon hours in the gym banging out the weights. Practically no lives. This couldn't be further from the truth. When working out, quality will always trump quantity. And this applies to any fitness goal, not only if you want to get ripped. Arnold Schwarzenegger used to talk very much about connecting his mind to his muscles, completely focusing on their movements when he worked out. C.T. Fletcher constantly mentions about how he commands his muscles to grow. And Jeff Cavalier, one of the best fitness YouTube gurus out there, will always stress about intensity over quantity. Take a good look at Illidan, one of the most intense individuals in Warcraft history. Every thought, every plan, every action is fueled towards the goal of destroying the Legion. This single-mindedness is what allowed him to succeed against overwhelming odds. An obsession, you may say, but a positive obsession nonetheless. Did he actually spend a significant amount of time battling the Legion? No, actually, he didn't. In fact, he was imprisoned for 10,000 years, most of his lifetime. When he did fight the Legion, it was for short bursts of time. But these were the most crucial moments in which he helped to turn the entire tide of the war. Quality over quantity. It is much more effective for you to spend, say, 40 minutes banging out your hardest in the gym than for you to spend 3 hours there and half the time, you know, you're on your phone, you're talking to your buddy, you're walking around. You're basically being comfortable rather than killing yourself in the gym. The single most important factor to enhance your muscle growth is a concept commonly referred to as time under tension and not time spent in the gym. Basically, how long your muscles spend under tension. This isn't to say that you shouldn't be including inappropriate amounts of rest, but just optimal amounts that will keep the intensity high. I guarantee you that if you work your hardest for every single minute that you spend working out at the gym, it is plausible for you to achieve such a physique with a minimal amount of time spent in the gym. So always remember, if you want a body like Illidan's, don't sacrifice your time, but commit your intensity. Now the second secret is to do with your diet. And that is, you won't actually need to torture yourself. You won't actually need to feel miserable doing it. There are some things that you need to sacrifice, sure. You know, you can't be eating cakes and ice creams all day, every day. You will need to drop your body fat percentage to a pretty low level. Some things will just have to be given up. But does the actual diet for obtaining a ripped body actually suck? No, my friends, it does not need to. You don't need to eat chicken and broccoli every day. Even professional bodybuilders don't. Not all the time 24/7. And that is the myth that I wish to break. What you must understand is that the key to obtaining such a physique lies in consistency. It's in no way going to be an overnight process. Depending on where you're starting out, it could take months, sometimes it could even take years. No person could eat a strict bland diet for years on end in today's society, where a plethora of eating options are available just around the corner, and where social norms dictate us to go out and have a meal every now and then with our friends and family. It's simply not a feasible approach. Instead of a diet, what you should be looking for is a meal plan. A plan whereby your desserts and fast foods are inserted strategically into appropriate places of the week, of the month. Not cheat meals, but planned meals. Whereby you can see that, for example, okay, every Saturday I'm gonna have my French fries, and every Wednesday I'm gonna have my yogurt, and other than that, I'm not gonna have any junk food at all. Not only will this help you to ease off the cravings, because you can already foresee when you're gonna have your next favorite food, but it's a plan. And if you stick to a plan, that will only naturally lead to consistency. It will always be much more strategic for you to follow a plan whereby you are eating at an 80 to 90% optimal rate, but able to stick with it for the long run, rather than for you to stick to a diet that you hate for the next 3 months and then after that you drop it entirely. So always remember, to obtain such a physique, consistency is key. But, and here's a big but, the actual diet plan aside, here's where the real secret comes in, of why you really won't need to feel miserable doing it, no matter how much you may be sacrificing. Could we ever say Illidan was miserable? Hardly. And this is insightful, considering the fact that he was rejected, tortured, imprisoned, betrayed and abandoned. Instead, he was the total opposite. He was determined, he was resolute, he was unwavering, he was passionate, he was uncompromising. How is this possible? Because his goal was bigger than his obstacle. When your goal becomes big enough, important enough, crucial enough to you, to your very existence, the obstacles along the way are much more easily overcome. Even putting Illidan aside for a while, think of all the greats in this world that had to go through unbearable hardship for a singular greater goal. Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, Jesus, the list goes on. They didn't feel miserable, they didn't attack themselves negatively, because they recognized and accepted that these were merely the required challenges that they had to face in order to achieve their goal. Your mindset will be your greatest ally in any difficult undertaking. Or it can also be your greatest enemy. It's a double-edged sword. Shift your perspective. Don't look at it as a sacrifice. Don't look at it as something that you have to give up. Don't focus on the things you lose. Don't think, what if I fail? Instead, focus on the things that you'll gain. Focus on the feeling of achievement. Focus on victory. Think, what if I succeed? What if I succeed? What if I succeed? And if you do succeed, would the sacrifices be worth it? I'm sure they will be. When your why is big enough, the process naturally becomes much more easier. And just like Illidan did succeed against absolutely overwhelming odds, I'm sure you too will succeed on your fitness journey. And that's a wrap. So remember the 2 key points. 1, you don't actually need to spend hours upon hours upon hours on end in the gym just to achieve that kind of body. And 2, you won't need to feel miserable in your diet. It's not going to be a torture, trust me. As always, if you have any questions at all, feel free to leave a comment below or any suggestions about what topics I should do next. And remember to hit that subscribe button if you want to receive continual fitness gaming tips on your journey. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next video.